Alrighty guys, welcome back. I don't normally do back-to-back review videos. I typically just like once every other day, but this came in today and I'm really itching to look at it. I really want to open this thing up. So this is my second Motorhelix. It is the Honda S2000 Mugen, and it's this cool like kit that you can take apart, put together, change out some of the stuff. Super awesome. I also got some other stuff in the mail today, a few tarmac works. This dark green metallic RWB 964, so cool. I love the light green interior and the purple wings. This one's awesome. So I got that. Also the John Sabal Nissan Fairlady Z wide body. I thought it was pretty cool, and I also really like the wheels on it, and it was pretty cheap. It was only $12, so I picked that up. And then also the Mercedes-Benz 190e Evo 1 from the 1989 DTM in the AEG Olympia livery. So very cool there as well. And yeah, so let's jump into this right here. So this is a pretty unique product, and I'm not the biggest Honda guy. I do like the S2000 quite a bit, and the Mugen stuff's always really cool, but I'm not the biggest Honda guy. I don't typically go out of my way to collect much Honda, but I thought this was such a cool product. So, yeah, but here's the back. It is licensed by Honda. It is also licensed by Mugen. Motorhelix holographic sticker right there, and then there's the UPC and all the information. New Indy yellow pearl is the color, and then there's some other information back here. So yeah, it's got a piece of tape on both sides right here. Guess we can peel that off. Maybe. See if I can lift it up a little bit by pulling the card out. And the other thing I was also curious about when I ordered it was if this was able to be resealed. I was really hoping it would be able to, and it is, but I was afraid that it was just going to be, this blister was going to be glued onto the card, and so like once you open it you can't really put it away or store it, but that is not the case. But it's got a pretty cool background. It's just carbon fiber, and then there's some blueprint type design of like the pieces and whatnot. So there is that. And then yeah, we'll get this tape off of here. Not going to need the tape anymore. And then it's held in place, so it's got this big front plastic piece that also has these flaps to hold the card in and keep it sealed. And then inside of that, it's got this little tray where all of the pieces sit. So there's everything right there. So let's start pulling it out. There's the main body of the casting, and it also has the clear hood attached to it. And then here is the bottom of the car with the engine detail. We'll look at all this stuff closely here in a minute. And then up here, 2 seats, and then the center console piece, and then the carbon fiber hood, and then the 3 top options. So there's the hard top. Here's the back cover for the convertible part, and then there's the little soft top right there. So there's all the pieces out. Just stick that back there. So yeah, here is everything. Probably move the camera a bit down for this one. So body of the car and the actual like chassis, and then all the little parts and pieces right here. So I think this is a really cool product, and I don't really see many people do stuff like this. I know back in the day Kyosho used to do some of these like kit cars, but not to this level of detail. This is actually pretty incredible. So I'll start with this right here. So this is the base of the car, obviously, with the wheels. The wheels look really good too. They're done in like that bronze, like metallic bronze color. They look very good. They don't look plasticky. There's actual gaps between the spokes, and there's also brake detail back behind that as well. It's a little bit hard to see on camera, but there's a silver rotor and a silver caliper, so that is very nice. Brake details. And this thing also, I'll just slap the top on it real quick. This thing rolls very well. I did already take this out and mess with it a little bit, which is why I kind of know how this all works, but it rolls really well. It has brake details. The wheels look amazing, and it all comes apart. So there's that. And then, of course, the 2 different hoods that you can put on. The clear one's really cool. And then the carbon fiber one looks really nice too. This carbon fiber pattern is actually really good. So there's how that would look with that. But let me go ahead and just put it all together. So let me get the seats and the center console in here, because I don't think there's really a point to have them out. I mean, I guess you could just put the driver's seat in, and then it's kind of like more of a race car, but I'll put everything in, and then everything just sits in here with magnets, and pretty strong magnets. Like, these don't fall out or anything. So there's that. We'll keep the hood off for now. Stick that on there. So now we have a center console with the seats. They're a little crooked, but you can adjust them a little bit with your fingers and kind of straighten them out. And then, yeah, like I said, there's a few different top options. So the tops don't sit on with magnets, which is a little unfortunate, but honestly, at the same time, I think it's fine. So here is this piece. You can stick that on behind the seats right there. So that's if you had this soft top down. So if you have it opened up like that, that little piece would sit around the back right there. And then you can put this one on and have the soft top up. It's got the little plastic window back there as well. And then here is the hard top. Very cool. And so with the hard top, this there is a bit of a panel gap right here, but I'm also not sure, did the S2000s come with a removable hardtop? I'm assuming some of them must have, so that panel gap would probably be somewhat accurate to the real car, obviously not as big. But the way it fits down on it is actually really nice, except for this panel gap up here by the windshield is a little bit on the larger side. But then when you put the soft top on, I think it's totally fine to have a bigger gap up at the front, and it blends really well. Like, these pieces fit on and they look quite good in my opinion. So there's those three, so you can have it a few different options for like the roof, and then of course the two options for the hood, carbon fiber and clear. And then of course with each of these three options you can have any of these roof options. I kind of like the soft top the most. I think that's my favorite. I do like the hard top though. So yeah, you can just have like a bunch of different like versions of it. But aside from that, and just everything on this, just it works so well, and it makes me wonder why nobody else has really done anything like this. But let me show you some of these interior details. So there's nothing really back here behind like in the trunk area and like behind the seats. There's nothing really there, but there doesn't need to be. You do have the magnet right there, and then the magnet up at the front that holds the actual body of it on. And it's not the strongest magnet. As you can see, it just fell out the bottom. So if you do put this on, I definitely recommend holding it from the bottom. If you hold it from the actual side of the casting, it can kind of stay on, but any little shake or whatever, it'll pop right out. So like the magnets are good, but like they're not strong enough to like really keep it together. So it's, yeah, just be careful with it. But here on the interior, of course, these little seats are actually pretty nicely done. So they are plastic, and then they have a little magnet on the bottom, but they're painted in red, and then they actually have the little Mugen printed on in the back right there. So that is really cool. So pretty nicely detailed there. Here's the center console piece. So you have the gear shift in black, and then a little bit of silver detailing behind it. I don't know what that silver detailing is for necessarily. And then you also have the pedals. So there's seemingly 4 right here, but I'm assuming that obviously the gas pedal on the right, the brake in the center, and then the clutch on the left right there. And I think this one on the far left is probably a dead pedal, like a footrest. But they're really cool. Those are actually little photo etched metal pedals, which is awesome to see. And yeah, it looks really good. But what really blew me away on this was the engine detail. It is really nice. So there's a little intake right here that's carbon fiber. At least I believe that's an air intake. Valve cover's red, and it's got the Mugen text on it. There's like a bunch of wires coming off of it right there. Just super well detailed. All kinds of cool stuff in here. And then the actual engine bay is painted yellow too, which would be accurate to how it would look in real life. So, oh, got caught on the seat. So once you put the actual car over it right here, oh, it just looks so good. really nicely done. Very, very detailed, which makes sense because that Mazda 787B, that was my first Motorhelix. It was really, that was insane. And so like they're taking that level of like engine detail and stuff and they're doing that on everything, which is awesome. And then also, I wanted to show you guys the bottom of it as well. Take the seats out so they don't fall. The detail is actually really good on the bottom of it too, and it's all metal. Well, I think these black parts right here are plastic, but everything else is metal. And then you can see the drive shaft, you can see the transmission, you can see the oil pan in the bottom of the engine right there. You can see where the exhaust headers come down and all the way to the back. Like whole exhaust system is like separate pieces. I don't know if they're metal. I think they're plastic. But yeah, really nice detail on the bottom of it. That is kind of insane. And then it also tells you what the car is, Honda S2000, the brand. But yeah, like that is really nice detail for the bottom of it. Engine detail is incredible. Interior, like this is so cool. And then as far as the actual casting goes, again, very nice. The paint is, it's what is the actual paint code for this one? New Indy, yeah, New Indy Yellow Pearl, and it actually is a pearlescent paint. It's got some metal flake in there. It's a little bit hard to see on camera. Maybe I can zoom in a little bit, but yeah, it's got some really nice, very subtle flake in it, which is really nice. You can see the S2000 printed in silver on the side right there. All the panel lines and everything look good. There's a fuel door. The wing on the back, it's got some silver supports, which looks pretty good. And then the side of the wing has the Mugen on it. And then Honda badge on the back, Mugen on the license plate. Taillights look incredible. Nice clear acrylic. And then you've got the round actual like bulbs in there. So the red and then the orange. And then I think on the very inside part, maybe there's supposed to be a little bit of silver for the reverse light bulb. A little bit hard to tell, but looks really good. And then I believe that little silver dot right there is probably the button to open the trunk. And then there's also a little antenna right there, which is plastic. So yeah, really nicely detailed. You've got the little piece of glass in between those two like rear seat supports. And then in here, like the cluster and everything is nicely detailed. You can see there's actually some color and whatnot and some actual gauges in there. Looks like there might be some little climate control things on the left. And then there's a Honda badge. I wish it would focus a little better. There's a Honda badge in the center of the steering wheel. Maybe that's a little better. And then a little bit of silver in the center. Just very nicely detailed. The door cards are red, which is super cool. Yeah, it's so nice. It's actually really well done. And then here's the front view. Headlights, again, they look really nice. They've got some awesome bulb detail in there. A little bit of orange on the side for the blinker. Just super nice. Front grille looks good. Front lip looks good as well. And then the mirrors have little reflective stickers in them, which is nice. Just overall, like, it's a damn near perfect model. And it's just really cool that you can change the stuff out and just make it different. Like you're paying I paid about $22 for this. I ordered it on RCMart. I believe they still have some. $22. I got free shipping because I bundled it with some other stuff. Or no, I didn't bundle it with some other stuff. I just paid shipping for this. But shipping was only $5. But you pay $22 for this or whatever, and you get a complete model car, but like 3 or 4 times over. No, like 6 times. I think there's like 6 different variations you can do with the top and the hood, because 2 times 3 top options. So yeah, this is basically like 6 different models in one. And that's if you don't count like removing a seat or not having a center console, which I mean, I think like that would be, I don't know. Like, I guess you could take the passenger seat out, but that's not even including if you want to just leave one of the seats out or whatever. So yeah, very, very cool. This is just like, I'm excited to see more stuff like this from Motorhelix. I think this kind of thing is really unique, and I feel like it just really spices up 1/64 scale. Like I said in the beginning, not a big Honda guy. I do like the S2000, but this is just so cool. Like, to me, this is 100% like probably one of the coolest products I've seen this year, and it's why I got it and am doing this like impromptu video tonight. It is just so cool. The level of detail that you're getting for $22 is already insane. And it might be a little bit more in different regions. This might be like $25 to $30. But even then, 100% worth it, because you're getting like 6 different models in one with all the little pieces you can change out. The detail is better than most other brands. Like, that engine detail is just incredible. Like, super incredible. Then all the detail on the bottom, brake discs in there. It rolls really well. Interior is amazing. This one's a no-brainer. Even if you're like me and you don't really care about Honda that much, this is just a cool product, and I don't think there's any denying that. So yeah, I will definitely be getting some more of these. Hopefully they do more than just the Honda S2000, because so far that's all they've done. I think they've done 2 different yellow ones, like a stock yellow and then the Mugen. I obviously went for the Mugen version because I really liked that carbon fiber hood. Oh, those vents look really good too. Is there air passing through those vents? I didn't even check that. There is. Of course there is. Motorhelix is on it. Yeah, there's actually air passing through the vents on the hood. And also I forgot to mention it. This hood is actually die-cast. It's die-cast with a carbon fiber print over the top. And then it's got little magnets on the bottom. So this is die-cast. This is actually kind of a heavier piece. Obviously, this clear one is plastic, but obviously that's fine. You can't do clear metal. But yeah, this is just incredible. I forgot what it is. Oh yeah, they've done a bunch of different colors. They've done red, white, yellow, and I think they've done regular and Mugen variants for both of those. So I think there's like at least 6 releases of these like openable, removable S2000s. But yeah, like I said, really hope they do more of this stuff. This is awesome to me. And this is probably going to be one of my favorite things that's been released this year. It's just really cool. But yeah, I wasn't expecting to get this one. I honestly didn't know this came apart. And then I was just like kind of randomly looking through pictures on RC Mart's website of this stuff. And I was like, okay, that's kind of cool. I think I need that. So yeah, I think this is awesome. You guys let me know what you think as well. That's about all I got for you. I'll catch you in the next one.